I want to explain my biggest pet peeve and the sin that is constantly getting me hurt from other people is falsely testifying against your neighbor. It's a big one for me. I see it all the time from my mother, father, family members. If my father is embarrassed, or if something happened in my childhood that needs to be fixed, or maybe I'm getting hurt from something his wife did, and I'm confronting my father about these things, he'll get upset at me. And then when people call him and ask him about my son, your son's disabilities, your wife, was your wife okay? Did she have any mental illnesses? Then my father goes off the rails and bears false witness against me. My son is a liar. He's a thief. Don't help him. Don't give him any services. And then my doctors drop out on me, so I can't get any help from doctors. I can't go to the shelter, and they won't let me stay there because I need documentation and I need my disabilities to be documented. And I was just getting that done, and my father told the doctors not to do it. So then I try to go other places and I try to drive, but I can't drive because, again, I need the doctors to give me documentation and paperwork of my injuries to read through, bring down, then be a year free without seizures, be in control of my hand and feet, and then I can drive. But I can't do any of that because my father wants to bear false witness against me. He wants my mother was the king of making up stories. My mother was a queen, all right. She was the queen of lying and making up fantasies. I mean, goddamn, I think the first year I was adopted, or maybe even was the first month of my adoption, I remember bringing my swimming medal, the swimming medal I won in the orphanage, to my mother. And my mother bared false witness against me multiple times in the weeks following that. I had my swimming medal stolen. I was called names like liar and thief and fantasy spinner and bad boy and an awful kid and evil kid and all these names. On top of this, all I wanted was my swimming medal back, and I was just trying to show my new mom my accomplishments. So, at this time, is it over with? Is the bearing false witnesses over? No, at this point. Then my mother's going to bring me into the doctor's office. She's going to bear false witness just to make sure she gets medication. Does it stop there? No. Then, out of all the things, my mother gives me an overdose. She's playing with medicine. She's doing stuff she's not supposed to. Parents aren't supposed to be going into their medicine cabinet, taking their own pills, or trying to tranquilize their son so they can change the TV station, or give their son pills they're not prescribed to make them sick on Halloween so they don't go out and they can get their way. That is not something mothers do. They don't try to drug their child on Halloween to make their child sick so they can get their way and their child doesn't go out. People don't give their kid a bunch of pills, their kid has an overdose, and just let the kid sleep it off after you know there's an emergency. These things do not happen. But what makes it even worse is after my mother does these terrible things, like destroys an orphan's nervous system, has the kid drink a full bottle of Epicac as a punishment, does horrible things like that. Then, when I'm at the doctor's office asking for help with my physical health, or if I'm in Texas asking for help with the physical doctors, then my mother bears false witness to cover up her evil sins and her deeds. She decides to call me a fantasy spinner, a liar. She pulls up swimming medals and things like that. She pulls shit out of her ass. She pulls one little fact. Look at this live pop. He must have stole it. And look at this. She'll pull one little real fact. Like, look, he has a bedroom. And then turn that and then add all these details to make it seem like I'm crazy. Like, for instance, we'll take one fact. I played with matches. Yes, a little boy tried to light a match. Oh my God. Who would have guessed that a little 6-year-old boy might want to learn how to light a match? Who would have guessed that's a thing? Maybe maybe some 6-year-old nephew of mine someday will want to play with a lighter. Who knows? Oh my God, we better get a whole hospital ready for our family. We got kids at age 7 wanting to play with a lighter, and we got kids at age 6 wanting to take a book of matches to his closet and wants to figure out how to light them. Oh wow, we got a psycho family over here. No, we got normal children. But my mother tried to make me seem like mentally ill because I was just a normal child doing normal things. She would take one fact, like I played with matches, and then build a whole mental illness around it. He's trying to burn our whole house down. Yes, I watched him try to burn our whole house down. Meanwhile, all she really did is find some matches on the ground. She found some matches on the ground and a book of matches. Nothing lit, nothing on fire. And then they asked me, I said I was trying to light them. That's it. That's all it was. But then my mother drilled into me, you're trying to burn the house down. You could have burned the house down, so you're trying to burn the house down. So you need to admit that you're burning the house down. A 6-year-old could not follow this stupid, fucked up logic. If your mother screams at you, smacks you around, and tells you that you are trying to burn the house down, then that's what you're doing, or you're getting another smacking, or you're getting another full bottle of Epicac, or maybe they're going to up your dosage of pills so you drool and get headaches every morning. Who knows what this lady's going to do to you, so you better just, this is what she says is true, it's true then. And then that fucks you up even more because then the doctors can't help you because your mother's having you repeat fucked up rhetoric. So, yes, I went through that, but it's very sinful. Even today, if I call my father, he will bear false witness against me because it makes him feel good. It makes him feel big, like he did nothing wrong, and his son just is some evil kid doing things wrong all the time. That makes him feel like he is shameless, like he has no sins under this world. But that's another sin. Not, that is absolutely another sin. That denial and denying that you're a sinner when you commit a sin and thinking that you're some perfect, shameless person who has nothing to forgive, nothing to forget, nothing, they never did anything wrong, and everybody else around you is just evil. That is another sin. That's another evil eating away at you. That's what that is. If you think everybody else is a shithead but yourself, you don't think there's any shit on your own self. You're not a shithead. No, I'm never a jerk. No, I'm never an asshole. I'm not a stupid asshole. No, I'm not. Well, you need to look in the mirror because we've all acted like a stupid asshole before. And if, like my father, is my father a stupid asshole? Absolutely at times. Absolutely at times my father can be a stupid asshole. Am I a stupid asshole at times? Absolutely, I've been a stupid asshole at times. You kidding me? I've tried to jump off little bumps with my bike and fallen and taken a spill. And I could have caused an accident in the road. Sometimes I like speed and I'll go a little too fast on my bike downhill when I was a kid. That's a stupid asshole. Um, I get hurt a lot. At work, I could be helping a customer and then I have a seizure or I fall. Holy shit. I can just imagine that customer going, look at this stupid asshole. Who hires a guy this hurt? Who hires a guy this disabled? So has my father ever been a stupid asshole? Has my mother ever been a stupid asshole? Absolutely. Now, what's the difference between a good, holy person that's right by Jesus and a stupid asshole who's not right by Jesus? So we're all stupid assholes, and Jesus knows that. Jesus knows that we're all stupid assholes. But we try to not be. We try to do better, but how do we do that? We admit to our stupid asshole behaviors and we move on. But we admit to it by looking to our friends, families, and others to tell us about things that we might not realize about ourselves. Like, for instance, I'm not quite sure that my father is still aware, after all these hundreds of things my mother did to me, that, like, I'm just screaming in pain, like she's basically just smacking me around with rulers, poisoning me. I'm drooling, having medical conditions on the floor. I mean, just awful shit everywhere. But I'm not convinced that my father wasn't deep in denial, trying to look the other way while my mother, his wife, did these things. And if he did look the other way, he might truly not know a lot of these. But I was there in the doctor's office when my father and my mother both heard that something happened that day. Plus, my father and mother were there when I had the overdose, and it was very clear. And that's only one example. There's full bottles of Epicac. There's my mother clearly lying. There's clearly fantasies coming out of my mother's mouth. There's my mother blaming me for drinking and then saying, no, she's the one who drank the bottle, but then no, my son drank the bottle, and then no, I'm the one who drank the bottle. So she's obviously blaming her own stuff on her son. There's all different other big red signs. My mother was popping her son's pills and got caught for it, but my father said, it's okay, it's only happening one time. It was like the fucking fourth time I knew that my mother was popping my pills. But if I say 4 times, then she goes, no, it's not, he's a liar, he's a thief, he's lying about it being 4 times. That's all that would happen. She would lie about me being a liar. That was the big go-to in my household. When in doubt, blame Zach. Call him a liar, call him a thief, and that's all you need to do. Oh, doctor, I'm in trouble. Oh, friend of the family, I did something wrong. Oh, my friend from work, I did something wrong. Oh, I know. Zach is just a liar. He's a thief. It's all made up. Just don't pay any attention. So that's what they did. When I'm hurt and asking for help at the age of 7, needing help with a neurological disorder, I'm disabled in a serious way with my physical body, I'm still at the age of 31, still trying to get help for this disability. Why? Because my mother and father bared false witness, and they wanted to do all this stuff, and they wanted a nice little rush from big and big. Oh, I'm going to take this kid, this 11-year-old kid, into another room and smack him around with a metal or plastic ruler, and then send him back out to cry to Seth. That way Seth leaves a message with Tim. There's nothing actually went wrong this day. It was just my mother wanted to send a message home to Tim. Shit like that's fucked up. Or maybe I do something wrong. Instead of me getting a spanking, instead I should get smacked around and then have my mother try to convince me that I'm schizophrenic because I play with action figures. Is that an okay punishment? Fuck with your child's head, try to mess with his mental health, fuck with his psychology, and beat him with